I swear to God, if I didn't live this, I wouldn't believe this. The words "I'll be back" will forever haunt me. Here's my story. It was a quiet Friday evening when Hannah drove her son Caleb to his friend Jack's house for a sleepover. The streets were still damp from the rain earlier and the air smelled of wet leaves and earth. Caleb, her eldest at 11, was thrilled, his backpack bouncing against his back as he ran up Jack's driveway. "Call me if you ain't need anything," she called out as he disappeared in the house. Hannah returned home with her younger son, Jamie, who was only 6. They settled into their usual routine, dinner, a movie, and then bedtime story in her room. Jamie had always preferred staying close to her at night. Around 10 o'clock, after tucking Jamie into her bed, she locked the bedroom door, a habit born of a mix of caution and her own peace of mind. The house was old, its walls thin, and the slightest creak of the wooden floors carried through like whispers. Jamie was flipping through a picture book beside her, humming softly. Hannah leaned back against the headboard, letting herself relax. The quiet was comforting, a rare break in the chaos of raising 2 boys. Then a knock sounded at the door. Hannah frowned. She wasn't expecting anyone. She glanced at her phone, no missed calls. Then the knock came again. Louder this time, deliberate. She stood up, her pulse quickening. Peering out the window beside her bed, she saw nothing but shadows pooling in the front yard. "It's probably just someone at the wrong house," she murmured, more to herself than to Jamie. But the knocking continued. "Mom!" Jamie's voice trembled. "It's okay, honey," she assured him, though her stomach churned. Then a voice called out, "Mom, it's me, Caleb! Mom, it's me, Caleb!" She froze. "Mom, I forgot my charger. Let me in." Hannah blinked, her mind racing. Caleb was supposed to be at Jack's house. There was no reason for him to be back home. "Stay here," she whispered to Jamie, her heart pounding. She grabbed her phone and dialed Jack's mother, Sarah. The call rang several times before Sarah answered, her voice groggy. "Hi, Sarah. Is Caleb there?" Hannah asked, trying to keep her voice steady. "Of course. The boys are asleep in the living room. Why?" Hannah's blood ran cold. "Mom!" The voice outside called again, more insistent. "Mom, let me in! It's freezing out here!" Her hand trembled as she hung up. "That's not Caleb," she whispered. Jamie's eyes widened. "Who is it, Mom?" "I don't know," she said, moving towards the door and pulling him closer to her. The knocking grew more frantic. "Mom, please, I need to come inside." The voice sounded exactly like Caleb. Its pitch, his cadence, even the faintness he hadn't fully grown out of. Hannah backed away from the door, her mind racing. "It's not him. It can't be him," she whispered to herself, as if repeating it would make it true. The knocking stopped. Silence hung heavy in the air, but her relief was short-lived. The knob twisted, rattling against the lock. "Mom!" The voice called again, now softer, pleading. "Why you won't open the door, Mom? It's me. Come on now. You don't love me, Mama? Open up the door." "Go away," she shouted, her voice trembling. A low chuckle came from the outside of the door, sending chills down her spine. "Mom, it's me," it said, the tone shifting, still Caleb's voice, but now distorted, darker. "I know you in there, Mom. Bitch, I can hear you breathing." Jamie whimpered, clutching her arm. The mimic started scratching at the door, long deliberate strokes like nails on a chalkboard. "Let me in, Mom," it said, his voice now impossibly deep. "Let me in, Mom! I'm cold! I'm hungry! Leave us alone!" she screamed. The scratching stopped abruptly. For a moment, all was quiet. Then the mimic began to sob. It was a pitiful sound, heart-wrenching and desperate. "Mom, Mom, please. I'm scared. Why won't you help me?" it whimpered. Hannah clenched her fist, fighting the urge to respond. She knew it wasn't her son, no matter how convincingly it cried. The sobbing stopped, replaced by a soft tapping of the door. Tap, tap, tap. "Mom," the voice whispered, now barely audible. "I can't wait, Mom. I can't wait. I can't wait until you finally open the door." The tapping continued, rhythmically, maddening. Hannah backed into the corner of the room, pulling Jamie with her. Hours seemed to pass as the mimic persisted, trying every trick, begging, crying, threatening, even laughing maniacally. Then, just before dawn, the noises stopped. Hannah stayed there. She was holding Jamie close until sunlight crept through the windows. Only then did she dare to approach the door. She peered through the peephole but saw nothing. Slowly, she unlocked the door and opened it just a crack. The hallways was empty, but scratched into the wood of the door in jagged, uneven letters were 3 words. "I'll be back." That night haunt her. And yes, it haunts her for the rest of her days.